Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome to the channel. I'm Michelle Expert and I hope that you're going to enjoy all the content that is on this channel and that is more to come. So I literally am still caught up in the funk of calling this year 22 because something about saying 2022 needs me to slow down, twist my tongue, and then it just doesn't come out the way that it should. So we are going to call it 22, okay? You see, I'm even getting confused and I have to remember what to say. So we're going to call it 22 for argument's sake. So if you hear me saying 22, I really just mean 2022, all right? So on today's video, I want to talk about something that I think I talk about quite often, but most importantly, would like to highlight it for this year. And I have seen this rise within myself. And as always, you guys not always come and say, well, this is what's happening with me. Are you guys dealing with the same thing? And how can we move past it? And that is building confidence for the new year. Now, let me just open up the conversation of why you need to build confidence in the new year. So I know, like in my last video, we spoke about putting down goals for the new year, resolutions and all those things. And that's the conversation that usually goes down around January, right? It's how you're going to set your goals, what you're going to do. Some of you guys have already set those goals. Some of you guys have already like put those goals in motion already, and like things are happening. There's a lot that's going on, and sometimes because you set these goals that can be huge and that can scare you, or that are just out of your comfort zone, or it could just be something that's completely new. They can easily be I don't know how to describe it, but you can easily start feeling like you're not confident enough to do that. And that is something that I have seen rise within myself. So you guys know I do like a lot of TMIs here, and I tell you guys everything that's happening. Not everything, but most of the things. So I've been sitting down trying to strategize for my content, my YouTube, my business, and a lot of things. And there is quite a lot of like things that I want to change. So in terms of I want to transition my brand, not necessarily transition, but evolve. I think that's the perfect word. I want to evolve myself. I want to evolve my brand. I want to evolve, the way that I do a lot of things. And I remember a few days ago just feeling like, maybe let me just keep things the same because this evolving, might take a lot out of me, or maybe I might not be able to. But I saw myself just losing confidence in my ability to do what I said I want to do. And I've had to take some time to really kind of investigate that within myself and kind of find out why do I feel like that? And predominantly because I'm losing confidence, but also how can I get myself past that point so that I can stop sulking and get into that, so that I can just stop being in that position of feeling like I'm not moving and I won't be able to do it, because I literally saw myself getting very discouraged in a sense that I was now like when I was busy like putting together my content, I'm just like, I don't know what to write. I don't know what to do, because then I just now am over criticizing myself. I am just losing confidence in my ability to create, confidence in my ability to show up, how I look on camera. Like a lot of things just started coming to my head, which at this point I look back and I'm like, that was so unnecessary, Mish. Okay. So long story short, I kind of found ways that helped me kind of get past that. And those are things that I want to share with you guys in this video that I think that are going to help you. So if you are somebody that has been struggling with like starting that YouTube channel, starting that business, or just leaping towards whatever it is that you've thought about or even written down, because sometimes we don't write them down because we just like, it's a little too big. Maybe I don't think I'm going to cope with that goal. So let me not, give myself the hassle and the trouble. So let me just kind of stick to doing what I do best. So maybe you haven't written it down and you've been thinking about it. And also maybe you have written it down and you're just feeling like it's just so much, it's overwhelming and you don't know how you're going to get past it. I'm hoping that these tips are actually going to help you kind of get past that and then start and act, because what we're trying to do on this channel, make sure that you take action, make sure that you make money. All right, so I've written down quite a couple of points on my phone that I'm going to share with you guys. They're actually on my laptop as well, but I think it's just so much easier doing it via this. Okay, so the first thing that I actually wrote for myself is stop downplaying the things that you are currently doing. Okay, so this is a very big one, because what I've also picked up is that loss of confidence comes from the fact that you feel like what you've already done right now is small fish. And I had to look back and realize that, well, there was a certain point where what I'm doing right now is very scary and I did it anyway, and I'm glad that I'm here. So I shouldn't downplay where I am right now. And that's just the point I want to leave with you guys, is that don't downplay what you already have right now and what you are currently doing. Don't downplay the times where, you know, you have been doing whatever it is that where you wanted to do what you are doing right now, and you were scared and you were nervous and but you still did it anyway, and you are where you are right now. That's a very, very, very important thing. It is also quite important to realize that the things that you have been doing and the things that you've done, you know, required you to be more courageous, and they also required you to show up a lot more. So don't discredit yourself because of that. That is very important. So stop downplaying what you currently are doing and realize that it has taken strength, it has taken mind, and it has taken so much of you to be there. And if you got through that, it becomes so much easier for you to get through the new things that you actually want to get into right now. And then the second thing on how to build confidence is to find a hobby that makes you happy. Okay, occupy yourself with things that makes you happy. This is something that I've realized that in this day and age, in our social media day and age, we actually don't have hobbies. We don't, you know, like when you were in school, when you would write, like they'd ask you what are your hobbies, and you'd write things that you really enjoy. And right now, if you had to ask yourself what your hobby is right now, you would have to start scratching your head, because it's like, what is my hobby? What do I enjoy doing? And I have really found power in finding the smallest and the tiniest things that I really want to occupy myself with, that I really like. For some people, it could be swimming. For some people, it could be reading. For some people, it could be getting some me time. For some people, it could be watching football. It could be playing football. It could be joining a netball club, whatever the case is. But there is something about devoting your time to something that you enjoy that makes you feel good at it. So for instance, if you really, let's say you really enjoy playing netball, right? If you dedicate your time to playing netball and you really enjoy it, something about that just kind of rejuvenates you and gives you confidence, because you are also focusing in an area that you really enjoy. And what I find is that we are in such a hustle harder culture where we are constantly just trying to fill our things or our time with things that are going to help us make money. But at the end of the day, the biggest question becomes, that is fully important, but how can you still maintain yourself and be yourself and be happy and be fulfilled and be productive, you know? And so what I've realized is that you just need to then keep taking care of those certain parts of yourself. So what is it that you enjoy doing that you need to at least start investing your time in doing? And guys, this don't have to be expensive things. It could be jogging, right? Joining a community club of people that jog every day at like 5 p.m. after work or whatever, you know. But it's just those small little things, going to the gym, working on your body. Maybe that's a hobby for some people, but find something that you want to fill your time with. So something that I have actually started enjoying recently has been going out alone. So literally driving out to go and have a coffee, have a tea, take myself on a date. I've been enjoying that so much, taking myself on a date with a book to read, just spending time with myself. That has been quite a really, I've found that very rejuvenating, because I enjoy reading, but also when I do it outside, green grass, you know, just that vibe for me has been a new hobby that I've taken on, that I'm just like, I really enjoy this and I really enjoy doing it. It makes me feel more fulfilled. So definitely, this is something that you can do to ensure that you like take yourself to the next level as far as building your confidence is concerned. All right. And then the third one is take care of yourself. This is another big one. When your confidence is low and you don't feel like yourself, you don't feel like you can do things, and you just in that negative slump, you can easily let yourself go. You can easily stop taking care of yourself. Stop doing your hair the way that you used to. Stop, you know, stop making yourself look pretty every now and then. Like, you can just easily let a lot of things slip for yourself. And what I've realized is that literally, let me not say what I've realized. Let me just say that, as the old saying goes, okay, when you look good, you feel good. And I've seen that there's so much power in just doing that face beat, even when you have nowhere to go, and taking pictures and just being around the house and just taking care of yourself. And I think for me, like when I give you the example of me being able to go have coffee by myself, I don't drink coffee, by the way, but I like saying have coffee because it sounds good than saying let's go out for tea. You know, people say, well, let's do coffee. I'm like, great. And then only when I'm there, they realize that, well, she don't do coffee, but I still like saying that anyway. But back to my point is, if I am going to go out all by myself and take myself on like a solo lunch date and whatever the case is. I love the fact that I get to dress up. I love the fact that I get to take a couple of pictures before I leave the house. I love the fact that I get to look good, and that really kind of boosts my confidence because I look good and I can look at myself in the mirror and just be like, oh, okay girl, I see you put in some effort. And then that somehow contributes to making myself feel a lot more better. So I've seen that really work magic for me. All right. And then the fourth one is silence the noise. Okay, so the noise here is anything that is clouding your judgment as far as your self-confidence is concerned. Okay, the noise here could easily be social media. Noise here could easily be comparing yourself to other people. That is noise. Noise could be television. Noise could be the type of people that you're hanging around. Noise could easily be your environment and your space. In my previous video, we spoke about creating an environment that is conducive for you to be productive, creative, in a space that you really love. And even if it means that you are changing around the space, you can still do that. But silence the noise. What are the things that are your biggest triggers as far as making you feel like that, right? I do remember, I think I've shared the story with you guys at some point as well, where I was just going through like a whole slump of losing my confidence from like creating and being myself and what I actually realized during that time is that I was feeling some type of way because I was watching a lot of people on social media who I felt like, oh, are just doing so great and I'm never going to get there, and just doing all of this self-negative talk by myself. And then I realized that, you know what? It actually would not harm me to unfollow these people. Nothing against them, just me. I'm just not in the stage to consume what they're producing because I'm feeling very inferior right now. So let me unfollow them while I deal with myself. And then when I was okay, I followed them back. That was my way of silencing the noise. How can you silence the noise? And you need to be able to sit and be very honest with yourself and say, what are the things that are making me feel not confident right now? You know, is it the television programs that I'm watching? Is it the people that you are talking to and sharing your dreams with? Because that also plays a huge role. Because sometimes you go to the people around you, and this could be people you trust, that you can go and be like, well, I want to start a YouTube channel, or I want to now start doing NFTs. And then somebody just goes, well, maybe you won't be able to do it because look at this, you don't have a camera, you don't have this, your art isn't great, and just all sorts of stuff, and that makes you feel like you're not confident anymore. You need to silence that. You need to then stop talking to those people and start talking to the right people that are going to help you get yourself to the next level. So silence the noise. Very important. It is I think for me, that's like one of the biggest tips that I'd ever give you in this video is just silence the noise. Shut it down, shut it out. Don't let anybody speak into your life who's not going to align themselves with the vision that God has placed in your life. And just stop talking to everybody about your dreams, okay? We're going to do this. I'm actually going to do another video for this another time. But just stop talking to everybody about your dreams, your goals, and the things that God is revealing to you, okay? Just hush for a while. And then the last one that I'm going to share with you guys is consume yourself with things that feed you, right? So once you've silenced the noise, you need to be able to then raise the volume on the things that are going to feed you. So for instance, if you silence the noise of like people that are making you feel inferior because you are in a particular season, what else can you then amplify? Can you amplify getting in the Word of God more? Can you amplify getting in prayer a lot more? Can you amplify then watching creators that are motivating you a lot more? But what are you willing to amplify so that you can consume the things that are going to feed you? And sometimes it's all about, maybe you need to take a free online course somewhere, maybe you need to but find ways of consuming things that are going to feed you. It could be affirmation videos, it could be meditations, but you need to replace the things that are hurting you, the things that are getting in the way of your confidence, with the things that are actually going to help. Because I think that way you are then actually going to boost yourself up. Because I think often we talk a lot about, oh, I'm going to stop this, and oh, I'm not going to do this anymore. But the question is, you allocated a certain amount of energy and time to do those things. And when you say you're not going to do it, what are you filling that time with? And if you don't fill it with anything, you are going to find yourself back into that rut of doing those things that you didn't want to do in the first place because you weren't smart enough. You didn't actually replace those things with something better and something that is going to be productive and manageable for you. So you need to be able to realize that it is very important to make that switch for yourself. It is very important for you to make sure that when you are silencing the noise, you are then amplifying the things that are very important to you. So these are just the tips that I have done, that I've been using for myself, that I've seen really cause a huge transformation in the way that I create, the way that I look at myself as a person, the way that I look at myself as an entrepreneur, the way that I look at myself as a creator. And let me be very honest with you guys and say that it is not easy. It's definitely not an easy thing to do, mainly because there's a lot of traumas and there's a lot of things that I think each and every one of us is dealing with. But at the end of the day, I was saying to my little sister this morning that we all have these doubts. We all have these moments of not feeling confident. We all have these times of just feeling like we're not going to be able to do it. But the ones that do it are the ones that actually rise above it. And I want myself and you to be able to rise above the noise and rise above all these feelings and emotions that are, taking place in our hearts, so that we can actually conquer and achieve our dreams. Because you guys know, like I said, in 2022, we're going for everything we've always wanted to go for. So that becomes very, very important. So I hope that this video was fruitful for you. I hope that the tips that I gave you are going to be useful. If you do have any other ways, let's say you are watching this video right now and you've went through something similar, but you've had other different ways on how you conjured this thing, please let us know in the comment section below, because a lot of people definitely still do learn from the comment sections and the comments that are shared actually on this channel. And if there's anything in particular that stood out that you need more help in, or I think most importantly that you want to really try out, let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share it with somebody that you really, really, really know is going to need it. And then over and above it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Have yourselves a beautiful one. Bye.